The Great Palace, Crystal Palace, Gold Palace, Dream Palace. Number 12, last question now. What did the Chartists campaign for? A, the right to vote for 18-year-olds. B, the right to vote for women. C, the right to vote for 21-year-olds. Or D, the right to vote for the working class. Once again, what did the Chartists campaign for? Certainly it was a right to vote, but which group? The right to vote for 18-year-olds, the right to vote for women, the right to vote for 21-year-olds, or the right to vote for the working class? Okay, that's the end of the test. So how did you do? How did you find that? Let's run through those answers with a bit of an explanation. Okay, so back to number 1. Which of the following is part of the UK? The answers were St Helena, Wales, the Channel Islands, or Canada. Bit of a trick question. So B, the right answer is Wales here. That is definitely part of the UK. St Helena, that's answer A, is an island in the South Atlantic. It's where Napoleon was exiled before he was sent to Elba. And St Helena is a British overseas territory. So that might have confused it, but it's not part of the UK. The Channel Islands, surprisingly, are also not part of the UK. So these little islands sit between France and England. Jersey, Guernsey, Alderney and Sark, not part of the UK, but apparently the UK is responsible for their defence and their international relations. So a bit of a weird relationship, but not part of the UK. D, Canada. Well, Canada definitely isn't part of the UK, but again, confusingly, our Queen Elizabeth is their queen. I don't know what Justin Trudeau thinks of that, but they do have our monarch as their figurehead. Number 2. Which charity works to preserve important buildings? A, the Red Cross, B, the NSPCC, C, Age UK, or D, the National Trust? Well, D is the right answer. The National Trust preserves our important historic buildings. The Red Cross is a charity which delivers health and social care and disaster aid across the world. NSPCC stands for the National Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children, so that's a children's society, and Age UK looks after the elderly, another charity. Number 3, what created the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland? Well, the answer here is C, the Act of Union. And this act joined the countries of England and Scotland in 1707. Not sure how happy the Scottish still are about this, but that's history. Number 4, which of these UK landmarks is in Wales? Well, the answer here is C, Snowdonia. Beautiful national park in the north of Wales with lots of mountains. A, Giant's Causeway, well, that's in Northern Ireland, County Antrim. Rather an amazing landscape of columns, stone columns. B, Loch Lomond, well, the clue's in Loch, L-O-C-H is the Scottish name for a lake, so Loch Lomond is in Scotland. The Bonny Banks of Loch Lomond is a song. And D, the Lake District is in the northern part of England. Very beautiful as well, if you can find a day without rain, that is. Question 5, which flower is associated with England? So this is a national flower. So the answer, you may know this, is B, rose. So it's a rose because of the association with the Wars of the Roses. So this is back in the 1400s. And there was a war between the House of Lancaster and the House of York, and the Lancastrians won. So our symbol is the red rose of the House of Lancaster as opposed to the white rose of the House of York. Henry VII adopted this red rose as the symbol for England. And if you follow English rugby, you'll have seen this symbol. The shamrock, that's answer A, is associated with Ireland, Ireland's national flower. C, the daffodil is the Welsh national flower. And the thistle is the Scottish national flower. Question 6. Who built the Tower of London? Well, the answer, C, is William the Conqueror. But I think you could dispute this. William the Conqueror certainly started the Tower of London, but actually it's been added throughout history. Henry III expanded the walls, and Henry VIII actually built the Queen's house within the Tower of London. So it's one of those questions where the more you know, the more likely you might be to get it wrong. But William the Conqueror was the one who started the Tower of London. Number 7. When did the first Christian communities appear in Britain? Well, apparently it's answer B, 3rd and 4th centuries. I have absolutely no idea about the answer to that, and I think most people living in the UK wouldn't know that either. Number 8. When is St David's Day? So we're into patron saints and flags and flowers for each of the 4 countries of the UK. So St David's Day, the answer is D, the 1st of March. St David is the patron saint of Wales. This goes with the daffodils, so they wear a daffodil on the 1st of March. Assuming they're out, that is. 17th of March is St Patrick's Day, so this is the Northern Irish patron saint. 23rd of April is St George's Day, the English patron saint. And the 30th of November is St Andrew's Day, that's the Scottish patron saint. So the answer here, 1st of March for St David. Number 9. What is the capital of England? Well, I would rather hope someone taking a citizenship test would perhaps know this one, but answer B, London. So Edinburgh is the capital of Scotland, Belfast is the capital of Ireland, and Cardiff is the capital of Wales. Worth learning that. Number 10. Who appoints life peers? So this is part of the honours system. If you're appointed a peer, you will have a title. You might be Lord or Baron or Baroness, somebody or other. And the answer here is the monarch. So it's the reigning king or queen who appoints life peers. Actually, they don't choose them. It's the Prime Minister who chooses them, who chooses who to reward with a peerage, but it's the Queen or King that actually appoints them. Number 11. What palace was a cast iron and plate glass building originally erected in Hyde Park, London, England, to house the Great Exhibition of 1851? So the answer here is B, Crystal Palace. You may not know the history here, but when you run through the answers, Crystal Palace is the only one anyone's ever heard of. So you might know it for that reason. It's also an English football team, which you've perhaps heard of, Crystal Palace. Last one, number 12. What did the Chartists campaign for? So we know it's the right to vote for a particular group, but which group? Well, the answer is D, the right to vote for the working class. So the Chartists campaign for all men, not just those with titles and with money, to have the right to vote. Crazy that it was any other way. Later on, it was the campaign for the women's vote, that was the suffragettes. This is another question on the Chartists that many British citizens probably wouldn't know. Okay, so how many did you get right? Did you get 75%? I think some of those questions are much harder than others and would challenge people who know quite a bit about British history, perhaps.